Japan, a country shaped by ancient pottery, powerful clans, warrior rule, long peace, sudden change, and fast growth, Stone Age villages to modern cities in a span that still feels unreal. Long before skyscrapers and bullet trains, Japan's story began with its first hunter-gatherers, deeply rooted in nature and making some of the world's earliest pottery. Over millennia, clans rose, and around the 3rd century CE, large burial mounds called kofun marked the emergence of a central authority. Centuries later, under the Tokugawa Shogunate, from 1603, Japan adopted a strict isolationist policy. From about 1633 until 1853, nearly all contact with foreigners was blocked. This Sakoku era helped shape a unique culture, but the outside world was waiting. How did these early roots lead to the Japan we know today? This is the history of Japan that we will discover today. The story of Japan begins in deep prehistory, when Homo sapiens reached the Japanese archipelago. Current research suggests that Homo sapiens settled around 38,000 years ago via routes from Siberia, the Korean peninsula, and the Nansei Islands. Over thousands of years, these early peoples adapted to the island's forests, rivers, and coasts. One of their hallmark achievements came during the Jomon period, roughly dated from c. 14,000 BCE to circa 300 BCE, when hunter-gatherer communities shifted to a more settled way of life. They built pit dwellings, fished for shellfish, hunted, and gathered nuts and plants. Their material culture is most famous for cord-pattern pottery, meaning jomon, literally refers to the rope impressions in the clay. Over time, the pottery becomes larger and more ornamented. By the Middle Jomon period, large villages appear, like the Sanai Maruyama site in northern Honshu. Around circa 300 BCE to 300 CE, Japan began shifting into the next phase, the Yayoi period, as wet rice agriculture was introduced, often linked to migrations from the Korean peninsula or China. The arrival of rice cultivation had a major impact. Villages grew larger, social hierarchies formed, metal tools, bronze and iron were used, and societies grew more complex. The archipelago's landscape, economy, and society all began to change. Finally, with the Kofun period, circa 300 to circa 538 CE, and the emergence of the Yamato state, we see huge burial mounds, kofun, appearing across Japan, showing the rise of clan rulers with power and resources. The combination of migration, cultivation, and political consolidation in this era laid the bedrock for later classical Japan. The Jomon legacy persists in Japan's genetic and cultural makeup today. As these early communities grew into organized clans, Japan moved from a land of scattered tribes into the beginnings of the feudal world. Japan's feudal age begins when the imperial court, once the true center of power, fades and the warriors, or samurai, rise to take its place. This was the first time Japan permanently anchored its political center in a planned capital. Over the decades, Buddhist institutions grew in influence, and court nobles led a life of ritual, poetry, and ceremony. However, by 794 CE, the court relocated again, this time to Heian-kyo, modern Kyoto, marking the start of the Heian period. Here, the High Court developed its own uniquely Japanese culture, marked by the rise of kana writing, elegant poetry, and seminal works such as The Tale of Genji. Yet beneath beauty and refinement, cracks were forming. Powerful aristocratic families, especially the Fujiwara clan, manipulated the throne, using regency roles and strategic marriages to control succession. Over time, the court's power weakened, and the military clans in the provinces grew in strength. By the late Heian period, tensions boiled over into open conflict. The Genpei War, 1180 to 1185, broke out between the Taira and Minamoto clans, two of the most powerful warrior families. The Minamoto ultimately won, and in 1192, Minamoto no Yoritomo was named shogun, founding Japan's first military government in Kamakura. Although the emperor still sat in Kyoto, the real power now rested with the samurai. The Kamakura Shogunate, 1192 to 1333, established a new model, a warrior-led government, bakufu, in Kamakura, while the imperial court remained a symbolic institution. The shogunate was not always stable. After Yoritomo's death, his family lost control, and the Hojo clan became regents, ruling behind the scenes. Despite these internal struggles, the Kamakura regime proved its resilience. It repelled Mongol invasions in 1274 and 1281, helped in legend by the divine wind or kamikaze typhoons. But the Kamakura period ended. In the 14th century, Emperor Go-Daigo launched the Meiji Restoration, briefly restoring imperial rule. That project, however, failed when Ashikaga Takauji, a general who initially supported Go-Daigo, rebelled. By 1336, Takauji founded a new shogunate based in Kyoto, the Muromachi or Ashikaga shogunate. The Ashikaga era was complicated. The early shoguns tried to centralize power, but over time, regional lords, daimyo, grew more independent. The Onin War, 1467 to 1477, erupted under Ashikaga Yoshimasa, weakening the shogunate and sparking the Sengoku period, a century of near-constant warfare. During this time, local warlords built castles, formed alliances, and fought aggressively to expand their territory. Culturally, the Muromachi period saw a flowering of Zen Buddhism, the tea ceremony, no theater, and refined architecture. But politically, the shoguns never fully controlled the land, and Japan splintered into dozens of competing fiefs. As the Tokugawa rule neared its end and foreign ships appeared on Japan's shores, the old feudal system could no longer hold its grip. The arrival of outside powers pushed the country into a dramatic new chapter. In 1853, US Commodore Matthew Perry arrived in Edo Bay with black-hulled steamships. His visit pressured Japan to open its ports after more than 2 centuries of isolation under the Tokugawa Shogunate. The Treaty of Kanagawa, 1854, followed, ending Japan's sakoku policy and exposing deep divides inside the feudal government. Young samurai who supported the emperor argued that the country needed a new direction. Their push led to the Meiji Restoration in 1868, which restored imperial rule under Emperor Meiji. Japan began rapid modernization, building railways, new schools, and modern industries. The old domains were abolished in 1871, creating a centralized state that aimed to match Western powers. As new industries grew and the government gained confidence, Japan stepped onto the world stage and began to pursue the same ambitions as Western empires. Modern factories and a new military structure turned Japan into a rising power in East Asia. Its first major conflict was the First Sino-Japanese War, 1894 to 1895, where Japan defeated Qing China and gained influence over Korea and Taiwan. A decade later, Japan shocked the world by winning the Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905, becoming the first Asian nation to defeat a European empire in modern warfare. By 1910, Japan formally annexed Korea. During the 1930s, militarist leaders pushed for further expansion. The invasion of Manchuria came in 1931, followed by full-scale conflict in the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1937. Japan's alliance with Germany and Italy eventually led to the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, drawing the United States into the war and pushing Japan into World War II. The war ended after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945, followed by Japan's surrender on September 2nd of 1945. With the empire defeated and its cities destroyed, Japan faced an uncertain future. Yet from the ruins, a different nation started to rise. After the surrender, Japan was placed under Allied occupation, led by General Douglas MacArthur from 1945 to 1952. The new Constitution of 1947 reshaped Japan into a democratic state with a symbolic emperor and a focus on peace. Reconstruction began across destroyed cities, and foreign aid supported new industries. By the 1950s and 60s, Japan entered a period of intense economic growth known as the Japanese economic miracle. The country became a leader in electronics, automobiles, and high-tech innovation. By the 1980s, Japan held one of the largest economies in the world. Despite the 1990s recession, Japan remains a major global power with advanced technology, high standards, and a strong cultural influence. From the earliest Jomon settlements to the rise of powerful samurai clans, the opening of Japan to the world, and its conversion into a modern industrial nation, the story of Japan is one of resilience, innovation, and dramatic change. Each era left its mark, shaping a culture that balances tradition and progress, and a nation that continues to influence the world today. This was the history of Japan. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and let's unravel your favorite historical places and ancient stories. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.